What's up, everyone, and welcome back to the new Saturday edition of the Synthwave Hangout. I don't know if Dom is still here or not. He had to go answer his door. Are you there, Dom? He's not here yet, but he is here. He's with us finally. But episode 47. Again, I'm very surprised, but here we are. And once again, it's thanks to everybody in this chat and everybody that tunes in later. We really, really appreciate you. It's strange for me personally that this idea I had that I threw to Dan from Retro-Synth, like, hey, what if I do this like little show where I play some people on the label, off the label, highlight some older stuff, and kind of see what happens, is turned into this and what it is now. So I really appreciate all you guys so much. Hello, are you here?
Hi.
I was just giving the spiel about how much we appreciate everybody and about how it's episode 47.
Oh, that's
and
so nice of you.
I can't believe it, as always. Right?
Wow. Yeah, no, the second the show started, as soon as you were about to talk, somebody knocked at my door, and then it was a dude going, "Hey, man, I gotta I'm from AT&T, and I gotta get up on your pole in the backyard." Okay.
You're like, thanks for telling me. I was, I don't know why they do this.
Do you know who I am?
Right. No, I don't know. Like, you're going to see a guy in like a work tool belt with like an AT&T shirt on climbing a pole in your backyard, and you're going to be like, is it a burglar?
Yeah. Oh, well, obviously I have to call the cops now.
Right.
You know
like, I don't get that. I do not get why they do that. Another thing,
probably so you don't let your dogs out or something.
Oh,
like,
sure.
Right,
yeah, I guess that's right.
That's the only thing I can think of, because my dogs are going bananas.
Phil Vision just said, get up on your what?
Yeah, that's right. You know what? You heard me.
That's right. So a guy came to your door, and that's all we need to know. But
it happens more often than you think.
Yeah, but also I don't understand why, if you have like a lawn service, they come to your door and they want to tell you what they did. Like, here, I found
they're like, hey, I cut the grass, and you're like, cool.
Right, and like I think they're trying to sell you more products or whatever, because they find something all the time. Like, and of course, because it's outside, right? You've got like, they're like, oh, you got bugs out here. And you're like, yep, there are bugs outside. And they're like, oh,
I've noticed you have some Mississippi crabgrass over there in the corner. If you'd like, for an extra $1,000, we could probably remove it for you. I mean, no big deal.
And you're like, hold on, let me just take a second mortgage out. I got this. Just how long can you wait for? Right? And then the whole
it's
team
extremely
shows
invasive. I don't know if you knew that.
You're like, is it green like everything else? Right. So how's
Does it grow out of the ground? Is it green? Does it look like grass? Leave it alone.
Right, exactly. Yeah, we should. I should have put grass instead of the friendship thing, because we should give people a heads up that the whole show is going to be about a certain random topic when it's their friendship show. And this week we have picked grass care.
Yeah, we picked grass. I've done extensive research. Right. Over the course of the week on grass.
Right. And every song is grass related. No, so I was complaining about this in the chat earlier. YouTube has, in giant neon glowing quotes, updated its streaming backend. And instead of having a small adjustable window, right, it's now this massive window with all these drop down menus on it. So instead of being able to see the show and the chat in this weird setup I have here, it's all crushed together, and I can see just the left side of the window, just where those MCTV QR codes are. That's all I can see on the screen. So once again, we are staying in character with the show, right?
This is fun. This is fine.
Yeah. So right, it's just like a giant problem at all times. But hey, like I said, when we decided that we were just going to let anything happen in real time, it just takes all the nerves away of anything, because no matter what happens.
For me, right. I don't know about for you as much. Maybe you're warming up to it more, I think.
No. But when you're already at like a 9 out of 10, I'll take like a 8.5. You know what I'm saying? I'll take an 8.5
okay, all right.
out of 10.
I got you.
You can update my progress note if you want to.
Yeah, there. I'm here for you. I'm here. I'm your spirit animal. I understand.
So let's get off spirit animals and grass real quick. Your new album came out. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to force everyone to listen to some of it later. And
That's right.
And then everybody
Shove it right down your throat.
right, and then everybody can nod and be like, "It sounds pretty good." I think.
Fire! It's so fire.
Yeah, there better be all fire emojis in the chat when that.
Yeah, I'm gonna be sad if I don't see nothing but fire emojis the entire time.
No, so it came out. I was at the listening party. It did well. It's doing well. You said it's what, number 3 in chill synth right now?
It's number 3 in chill synth, and it's charted on vaporwave and chillwave. It's probably closer to like 9 or 10 maybe on those, but
that's still really good, and it just came out too. So
came out, yeah. So I'm like stoked. So I mean, if you haven't picked up the album, what are you waiting for?
It's affordable too, right? How much is it? $5?
It's like only like $300.
Oh, damn! I didn't know you put it on sale.
Relatively inexpensive,
right?
So no, it's $10. I put it up for $10. I mean, I spent like a year and a half on it, and it felt $10 felt right. You know what I mean? I put a lot of work into it.
Yeah. No, that's not too bad. I mean, I told you, and I said it would sell better if you put it up for $9.90, but you do you.
That's true.
And you do whatever you want.
You did say that. You know, I had one person who was like, "You should just sell it for $3."
Yeah, I mean, there is that mindset.
Just go for gain. You know, it'll just sell a lot because it's so cheap. And I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's hard to decide because it's like you feel like it's worth a certain price, or you could make it real cheap and maybe sell more. Yeah, it's hard to really see how that balances out. But the good news about this is, excuse me, one, you can always change the price, right? Sure. If you want to.
I can be a jerk.
Right, you can be a jerk and do that after all your
like, oh, thanks everybody for spending the $10. Now it's $4.
Right, now it's free.
Yeah, now it's free.
Now it's
Light
free.
Sources, you paid $400. You know, I saw that, Light Source. I appreciate that. You
right.
know, the extra $100, you know, it means a lot.
Right. I paid $400. Man, well, he got the super sale then. I didn't know you did a Black Friday.
Well, he got
special.
The feet pics on top of it.
Yeah, the feet pics. Right.
He got all the feet pictures.
Right. He bought the OF bundle for
the special package. That's right.
Right. So it. I like the album a lot, as you know. I mean, we've talked about this, and we even featured the cover on the show, or the spinning version of the cover. If there's some secret bonus tracks in there too that you guys got to check out.
That's right.
And the fact that it ends the album so well, where it's just like the chillest end song ever, and then it just rolls into this more like traditional like vaporwave.
Vaporwave, right? Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, I mean, you're only going to get the bonus tracks through Bandcamp off the digital album, by the way. Like, I can't put those on streaming, so.
Right. Yeah, they're extra.
If you want to hear them, if you want to listen, you got to go pick up the album.
They're extra top secret. So, anyways, let's see. Do you want to move on to a track? Then we can come back and continue talking about the large packages.
There's nothing I like talking about more. Let's move on.
Yeah, we got 3 new tracks that just came out this Friday on RetroSynth, and I like these songs all a lot. We'll talk about them a little bit more after, but
salad.
This first one is the newest one by Skylane Drive, and we'll talk to everyone after this. And we're back. And Dom, do you know why I like you so much?
Because I'm the only person that talks to you.
No. Dom hit me up in the back chat. He's like, "Are you feeling sick? You're coughing more than usual today." And,
yeah. Well, I'm concerned. You're my best friend, bud.
Yeah, no, it's funny too because like I get on this show and then all of a sudden I experience every problem a person could have. You know what I mean? Like,
right, your nose gets stuffy.
My nose is stuffy. I have to like cough all the time.
Random paper next to you catches on fire for no reason.
Right. And,
like, oh, God, getting it out of the net.
Right. There's like a dragon peering around the corner, and I'm like, oh my God, can you hold on for a minute?
Like,
or something like that.
Back later.
Right. I'm on my show right now. God,
I keep telling this dragon every time.
Every time.
We'll play later, okay?
Right, but really it's like my family's watching me yelling at nothing in the corner, telling it to come back later.
Crying. They're like, he's not snapping out of it.
Right. It's this show. Is there something up with the show? Dominic, what do you do to him?
Like, I'm just like, don't worry about the dragon in your house. I'm just gaslighting you the entire time.
The whole time you're like,
just for years I've been gaslighting you about this random fictional dragon that peers at you for your house.
You just like whisper little stuff. You're like, I went to the store today. Windows is better than Woren.
He's not a good friend.
And also,
he's evil.
Right. You just hit me up with little notes about it, Windows and the Windows album.
You're like, no, he's my best friend.
Right. Like, he knows what he's talking about. He's read books, okay?
He knows. He told me one time he had a pet dragon. He knows how to handle these situations.
Right. I mean, nobody could come up with that. Nobody could just invent something like that. I mean, that would be genius level. Man, I
know to my entire life, okay?
I hope one day that, like, one of these like major synthwave bands, like let's say like the Midnight is like, oh, I've seen this show floating around, let me hop in. I hope when they hop in, it's during this kind of conversation.
And they're just like, you know what? Never mind. I thought about getting on this show, but clearly these guys are not.
Right. And then they were reading some interview later. It's like, oh, why did you decide to disband the Midnight? And it's like, well, I got on this show for a minute. I just realized that everyone is insane in this community. And, it just wasn't worth it anymore or something.
Yeah, well, we can't help that our reality is just better than everyone else.
Yeah, right. That's it. We are.
That's all it is.
We are the leader of our own club, I guess.
Oh, man.
Sorry, I just got a random comment from Drumwave that he feels like he's 80 years old today. I can relate to that. I can relate to that very strongly.
Oh yeah, dude. There was one day I told you. Remember, like a week or two ago, I woke up and then like I was doing I had to do like the Batman turn to look at anything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I couldn't move my neck for
full
no
body
reason.
Turn.
Right. I had to like do the full shoulder like.
Right.
Bad guys.
Right. It's like ask Dominic a question and then wait 45 seconds and he'll get right back to you.
I'm like creaking while I'm turning.
Right. And of course, I've had this problem too. I've had this problem too with my neck. And when that happens, literally, I don't know if it's because you never noticed before, but you have to turn all the time. And you find yourself having to turn and notice stuff you never noticed. And because normally I think you would just turn your head,
I often actually move my eyeballs too.
No, get out of here. See, this is.
I know.
I told you need to stop lying. Everyone.
I told you last
knows.
week. I actually was chewing gum while walking. It was wild, dude.
Okay.
Yeah, I swear. Yep.
Okay, is your wife there? Can I talk with her real quick?
No, she's never here. She's fictional. I told you this. She's not real. It's fine.
Right, she's on the dragon, right?
Yep, she's on the dragon. No, my kids will be like, "Where's mom?" And I'll be like, "She's on the moon."
Right. She left with the dragon 20 years ago.
How'd she get there? I'm like, a rocket. Like, it's always rocket. Like just like she's clearly at work. Like I don't know what else I'm supposed to say.
Right, but literally she's right behind you. She's like, I'm right here, and you're like, moon.
I'm right here. Like, don't worry about it. She'll be back soon.
Right, exactly.
She's got like groceries in her hand still, like just holding them.
Right.
Just waiting.
Just doing everything, and you're like, I'm writing a song. Okay.
Yeah, I'm busy. Hold on, I got my fingers up like this. I'm just holding one finger up away from me, not looking.
Right, just giving her
just never stopping. On. Right, like 1 minute. Busy.
Right, busy, and then you hit the C. You hit C on the piano, and you're like, that's it. That's it.
I did it. There you go. I got it. I figured
Right.
it out. The missing note. I'm like, I'll be back up in an hour. Don't worry.
I don't see what people don't realize is that this is kind of how we talk on the phone too regularly, and it's just like now
This
we're
is
like
exactly how we talk on the phone. Yeah.
now it's just like let's bring everybody in and make them suffer through this conversation with us about random stuff.
Our entire conversation usually consists of us just creating a funny scene and then
Right.
riffing on that for forever. I think that's way more fun. You know what I mean? That's way more fun than being like, so what's going on? Be like, not much. That's great. What are you doing? Not much.
Right.
Like, okay.
Still breathing.
Boring.
Still into
Boring,
things.
yeah. So does like your knee hurt for no reason today?
It does.
It's gonna rain. I don't know if you knew that. I can tell because
Right.
I'm older now.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
There's lots of unnecessary swearing. I'm very contained for the show, Pashang.
Oh yeah. Pashang was asking if there's unnecessary swearing. Yeah. Always. But you know,
That's most of my vocabulary usually.
Right. I try to keep Dom at a 1 out of 10 whenever I'm talking to him around anybody, just because it is.
Yeah,
just
he's got a weapon
offensive.
trained on me at all times
Right.
during the show. He's like, I dare you, say one bad word.
I dare you to say one bad word. Do it.
Do it, don't do it.
We in our next block, by the way, you know, I'm sure we could go on for this forever.
We could literally do this the whole show, by the way.
This is the Windows block coming up.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember? I sent you that album the other day, the Windows album. Have you checked it out yet?
Yeah, it's okay. You know, it's all right.
Yeah, I think it would sound really good if it didn't have reverb on it, but you know, whatever.
Right, yeah, less reverb. If it just sounded better, you know what I mean?
Right. So what I've done is I've taken the album, removed the reverb, and put a bit crusher on the whole thing, and I think that really brought it home.
The whole time, like.
Right. The whole thing is just this crunchy mess now, and
Perfect.
We're starting this new thing called Crunchwave, and where it's just unlistenable versions of your favorite songs and albums.
Yeah. That's exactly, and that's the name of the album as well.
Right. Meanwhile, we got Pashang writing this down with like dash maybe question mark after it.
Will I be involved as well?
Can I be involved?
Can we add metal music and throat singing?
Right. Yeah, Mongolian throat singing has to be involved in everything going forward. But no, it's funny because if Pashang did hop on that, we would send him something we were really proud of, and then we'd get his version back, and we'd be like, God damn it. Because it would be
I know, right?
much better than anything we made.
Rules. David said he said a naughty word. Did you hear him?
I did.
He did it.
I did.
Well, now it's trained on you, friend.
No, there's flashing red and blue lights at my window now after that. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about these 3 songs. So we got to move on. It's almost 15.
All right. Fine. I'll talk about me.
Talk about you and say something really nice about yourself first.
Oh, I'm really awesome, and I made this album, and it's really good, and I'm really proud of it.
So we got Gloss, Day Shift, and Slush Fund.
Okay.
And is there anything worth saying about any of this to people?
Well, here's the thing is, okay, so Gloss started, I know you know this, but nobody else knows it. So originally that was much faster. I wrote it probably like 2 years ago, and I wrote like the beginning section, and I couldn't do anything with it, and it was driving me nuts forever. And then I finally slowed it down and did my thing with it, and then I was showing it the album beforehand to Sleepless Nights, and he's like, can I jump on? You know, there's a party tonight and Gloss, and I go, I'm like, for sure.
He's 100%. Typing it out, and you're just typing yes while he's mid sentence.
Yeah, right. I'm just like, yes, whatever you want to do, go ahead and do it. You know
he's
what I mean?
Like, hey, could I? You're like, yes.
so what was really cool is that I had originally wrote the guitar parts, but I had like transposed them onto like a guitar synth, and that was going to be the track. And then I was like, hey, can you just do all these cool guitar parts I wrote? Like, because I can't play them. Like I can't play them like in the timing. I'm not like that dexterous anymore.
Right.
And he's like, yeah, for sure. And then so we put it together. So Gloss is like, it's really, I like Gloss a lot. It's one of my favorite tracks. And then Day Shift is another one of those tracks that I wrote a while ago, but I like spiffed it up a little bit, and because it was always going to be part of the album, but it was such a far distance before where I was when I was finishing up the album, so I had to do a little bit extra.
I have to interrupt you, but Craig has identified your music as bath wave. By the way,
yeah, that's fine. Yeah,
that is very
I often
accurate.
take baths while I'm writing music. Yeah,
no, it's accurate though because it's like very like watery sounding and flowing, and I get the imagery. I know Craig was probably joking, but I'm with it.
Yeah, I mean, well, what you guys don't know is that I'm currently in the tub.
Right. Well,
I'm always taking a bath.
That was rule 2. You were never supposed to break, but okay, go on. I guess there's no rules here anymore.
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna open. Oliver, my son just squeaked a dog toy. I don't know if you guys heard that or not.
No,
that was
I didn't.
Hilarious.
I didn't. Just let it roll. Just let it fly. So go ahead. Let's. Anything about Slush Fund, and then we'll get on to this.
Slush Fund was the first track that I found the album sound on. Like, you remember this though. I know you know this once again because I share everything with Dave. But when I wrote Slush Fund, and then I finally found like the sound and effects that I wanted to use, I applied it to like all the tracks pretty much at that point. I started moving. That's what basically drove me to this album sound was Slush Fund. But you know what's weird about it is that like I'm still not like 100% satisfied with it, just because like Slush Fund was such a tough track for me to mix that I actually had to bring down the bass way lower than I wanted to because it was just taking up so much space at the top end. Whoa. So like it was a sacrifice.
Yeah, I missed the cutoff of the song and it started playing. Sorry, everyone.
Oh, it's okay. Yeah. But anyways,
it came in like a bull in a china shop, so people are gonna be shocked. Boom, boom.
Yeah, gloss hits hard. It's a really good track. I like it a lot, and I'm very proud to have Sleepless Nights work on these with me, and it was a big honor. So big shout out to him. And once again, in the art as well, the artwork. Shout out to Burning Chrome Art. Go check Burning Chrome Art on Instagram, and give them some love.
He's awesome.
I appreciate that.
Dom, one of his favorite responses to things is when he plays the song and people put 3 fire emojis as a reaction to it. So if you like the songs,
I love it.
Make sure you
it
show
makes
that.
Me feel so good inside.
Make sure you put that in the chat if you like it going forward.
Yeah, just nothing but fire emojis so that I know that you care.
All right, here we go. This first one is Gloss by Windows. And we're back. And now we have a block of 37 more Windows songs that we're going to be playing. I expect every
You know what's kind of funny is that I have this, but once again I keep saying this, break out your bingo cards. But like I have so many tracks that I have not released, right. And it's kind of wild to think that like I could technically release one for like every week for the next half a year at least.
Yeah, don't do that. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I'm not going to do that. No, that's too much. No,
right.
You know how I feel. I do albums, and then the singles I do are usually like one-offs.
Yeah, for
either
sure.
a collaboration or with the Sonic Relative stuff.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, we need to do more Sonic Relative stuff on there. I did that one track for, what was that? Relatives 2 or 3, I forget which one I was on, and I need to get back up in that. I mean, I'm struggling to do anything right now with this new schedule, but once I get my life in order, then I definitely want to attempt that again. That was really fun. I just need to get better at it.
And the next album is going to be all collabs.
Ooh, that'll be a fun splits nightmare for you, right? when they do that. No, I'm just kidding. That is part of it. But you're saying like all collabs on the next Sonic Relatives thing. I thought you were talking about Windows. I just clued in.
Oh yeah, no, it's all Windows collabs. That's right.
Right. It's an all Windows. I think what people are yearning for here is more Windows tracks, right? You
know what, man? I'm so floored at the fact that everyone is showing so much love for this, and I know you've been telling me for like literally a year that this is going to do well,
yeah.
and it's not that I didn't believe you. I do believe that you truly believe that, and it's you know how it is, man. When you do something and people really like it, and it's different. It hits different, you know.
Yeah,
when you have like a multitude of people like going, "Hey, oh my gosh," and like it means a lot, you know.
Yeah, no, for sure. I would feel that same way.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And that track and this album was like a good year and a half in the making, and it was just, I don't know. It's hard to keep all of that like kind of a secret. You know what I mean? And not release anything and then wait and that's the one thing.
I think we've previewed the Windows album more on the show over the past like 6 months than any other album. But yes, I know what you're talking about. Like all different versions of the songs. Like if you've been listening for a long time, you've heard kind of alternate versions of some of these in the past.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Just randomly thrown in.
Yeah, we were in, and then yeah, I don't know. We've done a lot of weird stuff. Like I still think the Christmas track was one of my favorites. You know that we put together.
We'll
I wanted to do a Halloween one this year, but you've been so busy. I don't know if we're going to get to it this year.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Hey, I've got, before I forget. So during that set, I picked up Pale Vision's album, and I haven't listened to it yet, so I don't know any of the tracks. So if somebody in the chat or Pale Vision wants to tell me a track to play, I'll throw it in before the end of the show.
Give us the track you'd want us to play if you could, just because we haven't had time to listen to it.
Yeah, appreciate you hanging out and supporting the show and everything like that. No, I forget who it was, Pashong or whoever was saying that you got to check this out, so I just picked it up. But I definitely want to get him on the show before today, if possible, to play a track. So yeah, it's somebody in the chat, and if I miss it, Dom, let me know which song they want to play. But
yeah, I'll try to keep an eye out for it. Yeah. But yeah, anyway, so like it's like I said, I was gonna say what was I gonna tell you about the tracks? Day Shift was one of those tracks that was one of the like flagship, I guess you could say, or like it was one of the original tracks that I had made right alongside with like Slush Fund at the time. I think the first 3 I did were Slush Fund, Day Shift, and then Cool Shoes. And then there's the single I did originally, which sent me down the whole Windows path with I did with Cho Collins, which is off Corner Office. That one I did. That was the original one that like put me down the path, kind of thing. So, but yeah, I don't know. Like it's there was something else I was gonna say. It's fine. We'll just randomly keep talking. I'm sure it'll pop in my
it's fine. Here. I was distracted for a second. I'm still listening, but Pashong mentioned a song, so I was just checking for it. But anyways, I remember when that concept of that song first came out. It was very different sounding than the Woren stuff, and it was like You could have made it Woren though, before you
Yeah, I
developed
could
that whole
have.
new sound. But
Well, for a minute I was going to remember. I had like the whole like vaporwave aesthetic with like the Space Knight, but it was all like in pastels and
Right.
it was in like pools of water with like pillars and
Yeah.
stuff in the background. I was gonna be Woren, and it wasn't until like last minute that I was like, vaporwave to me, vapor synth, whatever you want to call what I made, or synthwave, whatever it is. But to me, vaporwave, which is what I was like kind of like emulating in a way, was always about like satire, breaking rules. That's why all the song names are lowercase, because I do it because I'm breaking the rule, kind of.
Yeah, for sure.
And then that's kind of what I've always been like. That's kind of my whole personality, is I like kind of breaking rules, and I kind of like doing things my way, and kind of just developing my own thing. So that's kind of what I was going for. And like I said, I wanted everyone to have their own interpretation of the album as well, but I also maybe on the show I can say it, so it's not a big deal, but to me, duality was, to me, like the whole album is about like the duality of life. On one end, on one end you have the person that drones and works in 9 to 5s, and then they work and they build up their little nest egg, and then they get to spend like the last 20 years of their life, possibly living somewhat comfortably with some
Sounds
money.
very familiar. Go on.
But then didn't like experience too many things or go out and do too much. And then there's the other half, which is like your playful side. You buy the things you want to buy. You're more maybe what is the word I'm looking for? Sporadic with your behavior or whatever. But like it's kind of like the opposite end. Maybe you don't save up, whatever, but you had this like very beautiful experience of life, and you got to experience life at its fullest. So it's kind of like the duality of things. And that's kind of like what goes on in my head a lot of the time, is like, part of you wants to do the normal thing that everyone tells you to do, which is like, drone on, just keep working and and then do the normal thing. And then the other half of you is like, I want to be a kid still. I want to go experience life and do fun things.
I mean, synthwave, a lot of synthwave is about that in general. I know this isn't extremely synthwave, but that nostalgia like hit and all that kind of stuff.
Well, I kind of looked at like vaporwave, in my opinion, has always been like the punk rock of like the whole synthwave.
It's more rejection of. It's more like an art movement and the rejection of modern
like
stuff.
It's like anti-capitalistic and like anti-everything. You know what I mean? So like, and that's why everything is like kind of like a satire in a way. So like, that's kind of why I did the album and the sound that I made it in that way, because like I said, it does break the rules. I'm not mixing and mastering the normal way that people would normally do it. I'm taking an effects thing and I'm putting it on the master chain, and then I'm messing with the quality of the track, and there's a slap back delay on literally everything. It's just, but I mean, it does work. It just had to work in the way that I was making it work, kind of thing, I guess. But
that makes sense.
So like I don't know. So the album to me was very, very conceptual, very intentional, and it just, I don't know. Like I said, like even the names are meant to be vague, so that like it's open to interpretation, or like it could be like dual things. Right.
It could. Well, right. You could. They can apply to your own life in any way possible.
Sure. Exactly.
Like especially now, like yours and my day shifts are very different, but they used to be very similar.
Yes, exactly.
You know what I mean? So I may envision
and then
something
also
that
the
you
day
might
shift
not.
has a dual meaning as far as like the day shifting.
Right.
As it goes. But it's. We've talked about this before, but like one final note was like basically it was also that, and then like the finality of a day. That's why it starts with the track "Good Morning" and then it ends with "Good Night," because it's supposed to be like throughout the day. And then you pointed this out to me, and I think I did it inadvertently. But the album starts off very like washed out, and then it kind of clears up towards the middle, and then it fades to like a washed out sound again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, right. It's like a whole.
I didn't even do that on purpose, by the way. That was
or whatever you
unintentional. Yeah, and you actually had me move a track, Smoke Break, in order to make that like more like solidified.
Right, right. Sorry, Craig is putting a bunch of lotion bottles in the chat.
I know. I
I'm
see it.
listening
Yeah.
to.
Well, once again, it's one of those things where it's like I don't speak too seriously about things all the time. I'm usually joking a lot, and then, but like there, are, like this is something I'm actually very, very passionate about. This is like
For sure.
This album was something that I hyper focused on, and I really wanted it to shine. And then, it's I don't know. It's been a beautiful thing. I actually pulled a track from the album because I couldn't advertise it in time. So it's going to be coming out as a single later this month with Gamma Flow, and that's going to be another collab I'm excited about. And then I have a handful of collabs coming up that I'll discuss once they're finalized and we have everything set. And I'm just excited. Like I said, yeah. Thanks, Greg.
Well, I'm sure we will keep bringing this up and keep talking about it. There's something that's been happening while you were explaining this, and because it was serious, I didn't want to. I mean, not serious, but because you were like saying real stuff, I didn't want to interrupt you in this. But this back end on YouTube, the new back end, is like all glitchy and broken. And about about 2 minutes into this conversation we were just having, the concurrent viewer number went down to 0.
Perfect. That makes sense.
And it stayed at 0 through your whole conversation. And then literally 30 seconds before you were done, it jumped back up to what it normally was. It's like so even fun. YouTube knows us. Right.
Yeah, they're like,
even YouTube knows.
You know what? We don't want to listen to serious conversation. Go back to the nonsense. Talk about dragons.
Right. It's funny. Talk about dragons. It literally said 0, and the graph has just this hard fall off down to the ground. I couldn't believe it.
I knew it was going to happen, honey. I told you.
Right.
Yeah, you start yelling like, my wife made me be serious.
Right. I couldn't believe it. It was just so perfect for you and me, but it was so great.
Yeah, no, like I said, yeah, it was. It's something that I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, it's just one of those things that I was like very excited to get out. I dreaded it for a minute, like for a while.
Oh yeah. I don't know. The release, and then what do people think?
Right, yeah, because like I was thinking like, okay, I like this, but like how often is it that I like something and then everyone else is kind of like, eh.
Like would Craig only give you like 8 bathtub emojis and not 35? I mean, you can, you read between the lines for sure.
Yeah, am I going to get like 7 fire emojis or 22?
Right. Let's we got an next block coming up here, and I put Pale Vision song at the end, Sorceress. So I'm excited to hear that for the first time. So we have 4 coming up in this block. And then we will come right back. And depending on the time, this might be the last time we talk. We'll have to see how much time we have. Because it's only 15 after, but you know how stuff gets.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's move on. And we'll be in the chat. And we'll talk to everyone in a little bit. Wow, what a great surprise track that Pale Vision track was. I really
What?
I always know, like, when Pashong is telling me something, he's like, yo, you got to hear this. I'm like, no, I'll get around to it. He's like, no, you got to hear this.
No.
Right. It's like in Back to the Future where it's like, yo, listen to this. You know, he holds the phone up to, to the stage.
Right.
Yeah, really cool. Excellent work. Yeah, that whole last block, you know, I threw that Neon Heat by Ben Ingrid and Jolien. He's selling his album as a double vinyl and a double CD right now. If you like Ben Ingrid, that's definitely one to pick up.
Get the vocals from him for that track.
Yeah, and the Jesse Mock and Russell Nash. That I was very excited when that collaboration was happening, because I really like both those guys a lot, and they both make excellent music. And then, you know, when you have people like that, and you're like, hey, let's put them together, and you're like, okay, I don't know if the universe is ready, but here it is.
Honestly, I'm not surprised because Jesse is very good, and then Russell, everything he does just knocks it out of the park. So
yeah. Absolutely, and I think it was Pashong too who said Jesse Mock was the hardest working person in the scene or whatever. That might be true.
Quite possible.
Right, just like enormous amounts of output that is like excellent every time. It's very confusing. Perfect female types like that too, where it's like, all right, just stop, okay, please.
Oh yeah,
Stop doing that. I can only consume so much amazingness.
There was one night I remember I was up late working on music and everything, and I had, like, you know, stopped for the night, and I was just relaxing and watching some videos. Oh, there goes the dog. And I was just relaxing, and then all of a sudden it was like new release and this was on YouTube, new release from Perfect Female Type, and it was called Too Perfect. And I must have listened to that track that night probably like 5 to 10 times. I don't remember exactly how many, but I must have re-listened to it so many times that night. I was so, I don't know. I like everything.
Too Perfect was an excellent track. And when he breaks out that, you know, like how he has that like Sonic the Hedgehog level energy song sometimes, where it's just like this intense, amazing sound, like that soundtrack. I'm thinking specifically like Sonic 2 or like the Monkey Ball soundtrack or something like that. And I don't mean that, like, I don't know if that's insulting that it reminds me of that to him or not, but
it's okay. He's just going to find you and beat you up. No big deal.
Right. But I love it. I can't get enough of it. So
yeah, I love everything Perfect Female Type does. So, you know, if you ever want to do a collab or something,
right.
So,
right. Hit us up. Don't listen to our music first. Just
hit me up, and you know, hopefully I'll find the groove.
Right. So I should expect a call in 2 days. Be like, oh, I don't know.
Well, you know how it is with me.
Can
Like,
you do
sometimes
anything
people
with
will send me
this?
something. You know how it is. Like, sometimes people will send me something and like, you want to remix this or do something, and I'm like, hell yeah, I'll try. And then it either just like clicks or it just doesn't, and like I feel terrible when it doesn't.
Yeah, no, we have a support group set up. Don't worry.
Yeah. Well, I'm always honest with people. That's why I'm always
group.
honest. Like, if I can't find the groove, I'm just going to tell you. You know what I mean? I'm not going to waste anyone's time.
No, the expectation is that you produce a remix that you hate forever.
Right? Yeah. You just force it, and then, you know, you don't like it. That's the way.
Yeah, everybody knows that when you force music, it turns out very well. So, or very good. So, I don't know. We there's several things we could do. We got about a half an hour left. I'm looking at the track listing right now. Let's see, 6:10, but 13 minutes of music so far on this, which isn't going to bring us to the end. Is there any song you want to throw in? Like anyone in, I don't know if anyone in the chat wants to suggest something or whatever.
You know what I would like to hear?
We can listen to two and then come back. I could play Pashong's now so he could go to bed if he wants to.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's a couple tracks that I like, but I'm not sure if you have them or not. But if you have, Sam has a track called Scene Queen that I really love, and then there's Too Perfect, like I just said, from Perfect Female Type. I mean, if you want to play those, I'm cool with that. Or if you want to play any Windows, I'm fine with that too. You know, no big deal.
No more Windows. No more. I need Pashong to stay awake. Okay.
Well, I mean, if we end the track with, or if we end the show today with Good Night, he may just fall into a nice little slumber.
Oh, you know what's so funny about Scene Queen? I don't have it in this listing for some reason. I have it in some other weird area. Let me see if I can find it. What was the other one you wanted to do?
In the songs that you don't like? Is that the songs you don't like folder?
No, because I'm at because I met Sam early on, right? And we were exchanging music back and forth. It was before I had the show style setup, you know, with all the music in one place and everything organized and everything like that. So like, and it's same with like some of the older stuff of yours that you've sent me. It's all in like Michelangelo. It's all over the place on my computer. So let me see if I can find it, but hold on. There it is. I mean, there's perfect female type. Anyways, we don't have to do this live on the air. I can, I'll do some searching. Do you want to go into Pashang's song Burden the Faithful? Oh no, I just got I just got a text from Dom that his internet crashed. All right, so I'm making an executive decision here. We're gonna go into Pashang's new track from his album he just released, and then we're gonna move that on to a perfect female type song, Too Perfect, and then hopefully he will be back on when we get back. And if you're falling asleep, this one will wake you up. And we're back. What a great combo that was. And I love the explanation in the chat that it was the boss fight, and now it's the the exploration part of the game.
Right.
Right after.
So you cut off while you were talking to me, or I cut off. I mean, my net went down.
Yeah.
Like, while you were talking last time. So that was a bump.
Yeah, no, that's okay. It was actually not too bad in the sense that I immediately scheduled a new co-host going forward, because I assumed that you'd be gone forever.
Yeah, that's.
So, we'll see how Craig does on the show with me next week.
I'll see myself out. No big deal.
Would that be funny if Craig was my co-host, but his job was just to like respond to things in the most Australian way possible, right? You know, with like the most slang, making it as unintelligible as possible.
Yeah. You have to make sure that you're using
that.
really out there, like
right,
backwoods Australian slang.
Right, stuff that people in Australia in different regions that he lives in wouldn't know. You know, like that kind of thing.
And it could literally be anything because we don't know better. So.
Right. He could be just saying recipes or whatever, and we're like, oh, sick burn. You know?
Oh my God.
So, oh my God. No, I'm glad you got back on. I thought this might be it, for you.
Yeah, you're gonna be all alone, all by yourself.
No, I'll be all by myself. You know, it's interesting. There are people that do shows alone. And I started the show alone, and I remember when I started it, before I did,
it was so lame. I remember.
It felt like, it'd be easy to just talk about the song and talk about, whatever. And it is a lot harder to do it alone, because there's only so much you can talk about. Yeah,
I don't know if I could do it alone. I think I would get very lectury. You know what I mean? Or like off on like weird tangents if I was alone.
I think I would just play more music. I'd pop on and like
chat
like, for a bit.
I'm not sure I like Dominic's opinion on things anymore.
Right. And then like you hear all these books rustling and everyone's rolling their eyes and they're like, I want to support these guys, but I don't want another 20-minute reading. Or something like that.
I've learned way too much about grass.
Right. Right, that's when everybody is like, well, laundry needs to be changed, and just leaves the show running.
Everyone who watches our show just knows like an unnatural amount of knowledge about grass.
Right.
Now, you know what I mean?
That's it. That is it.
That's right. We're here to inform.
Right. I mean, we did start this off with the idea that let's teach a lesson during every show. And remember that lesson about you yelling at your dogs? That was one. That was a good one. That was a
lesson number one: don't listen to us.
Right. Lesson number one: none of this is legal advice. Right. Do not take this as legal advice. Let me see. So we got 2 songs left in the show. So it's just about 9 minutes, maybe 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's almost over.
It's almost over for us.
Yeah, don't worry. Yeah.
How are you feeling? Yeah, right. So all the hostages will be released right after this.
Yeah, don't worry.
No, I do have something I want to say to people in the chat and people who are listening to this after or whatever. As I won't shut up about the fact that I kind of changed my job and stuff. I brought it up way too much to people, and I think I'm doing that because with my old job,
it's a big change for you. Why wouldn't you talk about it?
I'm not talking about it for me. I think that, for somebody like me who used to be available to be like in everything all the time, and now that's shifted a little bit and I can't be, I was kind of worried, we're switching to a new day. Would anyone care? Would people still come and like support the show and like support each other as artists? And they have, and everybody has. And it's a fantastic,
it's really nice.
It's a fantastic feeling because we always talk about community and a lot of people do. And on this show, especially, every time this community comes through, and don't think that goes overlooked. For me, even if it's for nobody else, it makes me feel great. It
makes us feel good.
It warms my heart
really
to
does.
see. And
I agree.
And I love sharing people's music with other people. And like I've said in the past, it only takes one listen to a song for you to be like, oh my God, and then like buy that album. Like that kind of stuff.
Right. And then next thing you know, you found something new that you liked. Right. So, I mean, if you guys also don't forget, you can always hit us up. If you have something new coming up, or if you've heard something new that maybe we haven't, and you have a suggestion, feel free to shoot us a message like on Instagram or Discord or whatever you may find us.
Yeah, that's a good opening for a plug for Nick Rickson's show, New Release Radar, also, because he does this awesome like visual content that reminds me of like old Amiga games or Genesis, type art. And he goes over the things, and you can do an intro. If you're an artist, you can send him an intro for it. It's a really awesome show. It's on every Wednesday at 10. It premieres. But yeah, you can just search New Release Radar on Instagram and hit him up if you have anything new coming out, and he'll feature it.
I love Nick. Nick's a wonderful person.
He does a lot of retro synth stuff, but non-retro synth stuff as well. So I love it, and definitely hit him up.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, it's about 10 till. So I think now it's time for you to start lecture 2 of the night on right. If you just want to adjust your monocle real quick for me.
Yeah, hold on. So, no, the usual, be nice to each other, be nice to people around you, be nice to yourself, because, it makes your day better, it makes my day better, and, I don't know, just makes everyone else's day better. It's easier to do it. It takes less muscle and less thought process to be nice. It's
free to do and makes people feel great. And Nick Rickson said PayPal.
That's right.
Said his PayPal link. But yes,
right. Buy that man a cup of coffee.
But once again, we appreciate everybody here, and we will be back next Saturday, maybe with a guest. We're still trying to confirm that. And
we will. It's a big guest too.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't want to hype it too much.
Possible. Oh, I'm gonna hype it up. I mean, if it goes down, it's gonna be one for the records.
Right. I mean, I don't think Vashong's that big of a guest. I mean, we can just say who. No,
I love him. He's pretty tall. He's a strapping lad.
As the only person who's ever replaced you as the co-host on this show, I don't think I'm allowed to make jokes about him.
Yeah, that is one of the funniest things. That was so great.
So, all right, everyone, and Dom, thanks again for doing the show. Much love to you and everyone in the chat, and we will see everybody next week. Later.
stall tilted back, colors moving, changing shape.